Did you hear what went down at Cannes this year? The moment Johnny Depp stepped onto that red carpet, it felt like time stopped. The crowd went wild, screaming, cheering, and snapping photos like it was the 90s all over again. The energy in the air was electric, and you could almost feel it through the screen if you were watching online. It wasn't just another celebrity appearance. This wasn't your typical Hollywood star waving politely and walking past the cameras. No. This was different. This was Johnny Depp. And not just Johnny Depp, this was the Johnny Depp everyone had been waiting for. The Johnny who, for years, had been wrapped up in headlines and drama, now stepping back into the spotlight with a smile that said, "I'm here. I'm not going anywhere." It's kind of amazing, isn't it? Just think about everything he's been through. For years, he was one of Hollywood's biggest names, a true legend who could bring any character to life. Jack Sparrow, Edward Scissorhands, the Mad Hatter. You name it, he nailed it. But then, it felt like everything just fell apart. The court cases. The tabloid stories. The endless gossip. It was exhausting to watch, let alone to live through. And slowly, people started wondering if he'd ever make a real comeback. Would he ever stand on a big stage again? Would he ever get that love from fans and critics that he once had? Well, now we know. Because at Cannes, Johnny didn't just show up, he owned the night. And if you ask me, this wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement. It was like he was saying to the world, "I'm still here, and I'm still that actor you fell in love with." Let's talk about that moment. Close your eyes for a second and picture it. The iconic Cannes red carpet stretched out like a scene from a dream, bright lights, photographers shouting for shots, and celebrities dressed like royalty. And then, there he was. Johnny Depp, stepping out of the car with that effortless cool he's always had. Not forced. Not flashy. Just Johnny. You know what I mean. The kind of presence that draws every camera lens without him even trying. People were already buzzing the second they saw him. Fans held up signs with messages like, "Welcome back, Johnny," and "We missed you." Some even had tears in their eyes. You could tell this wasn't just about a movie star returning. It was personal. Johnny's journey has been so public and so full of ups and downs that it almost felt like everyone in the audience was rooting for him. Like they all wanted him to win. And let me tell you, he didn't disappoint. When he started walking down that carpet, dressed in a perfectly tailored suit that screamed old-school Hollywood charm, the entire crowd lost it. He waved, smiled, and you could just see the gratitude on his face. He wasn't walking like a star who thought he deserved all this attention, he was walking like a man who knew what it meant to have it back. That kind of humility? It's rare. And that's part of why this moment hit so hard. Then came the film premiere. This was the big one. The moment of truth. Would people like it? Would it remind them why Johnny Depp is a legend? And oh boy, did it deliver. The lights went down, the movie rolled, and by the end of it, the entire audience was on their feet. I'm not talking about a polite clap or a quick cheer. I'm talking about a 7-minute standing ovation. 7 whole minutes. If you try to clap for that long right now, you'll realize how long that actually is. It's the kind of applause that doesn't just say, "Good job." It says, "You blew us away. We love you. We're so glad you're here." I've got to admit, watching clips of that ovation gave me chills. You could see Johnny standing there, looking almost stunned, like he couldn't believe it. His eyes were shiny, and for a moment, he looked like he was holding back tears. And really, who wouldn't? Imagine being told for years that you might be finished, that people have moved on, only to stand in front of a packed theater and hear them cheering for you like this. It was more than just applause. It was forgiveness. It was love. It was people saying, "We remember who you are, and we're here for you." And the thing is, this moment wasn't just about Cannes. It wasn't just about one movie. It was about resilience. About coming back from the kind of public scrutiny that would crush most people. Think about how tough that must have been. Every headline, every judgment, every opinion flying around the internet like wildfire. How do you even find the strength to keep going after all of that? Johnny did. And that's what makes this so inspiring. You know what I think? There's a lesson in this for all of us. Johnny's comeback is proof that no matter how bad things get, no matter how much people doubt you, you can always rise again. And sometimes, you don't even have to fight to prove them wrong. You just have to keep being yourself. Keep doing what you're great at. And eventually, the world will notice. One of the coolest things about Johnny's return at Cannes is how low-key he kept it. He didn't come out swinging with big interviews or dramatic statements. He didn't flood social media with posts saying, "I'm back." He just showed up. He let the work speak for itself. And honestly, that's powerful. In a world where everyone's shouting for attention, sometimes the quiet confidence stands out the most. Let's talk about his film for a moment. People are calling it one of his best performances in years. And that's saying something, because Johnny has always been known for going all in with his roles. He's the kind of actor who disappears into a character. You don't just watch him play someone, you believe it. And this film is reminding everyone of that. Critics are already saying it's a strong contender for award season, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it lands him some serious nominations. But beyond the film, what really stood out that night was Johnny himself. He looked happy. Genuinely happy. Like a weight had been lifted off his shoulders. And that smile, man, you could tell it came from the heart. It wasn't the smile of a celebrity posing for cameras. It was the smile of someone who's been through the storm and finally feels the sun again. And can we just take a moment to appreciate how his fans have stuck by him? Through all the chaos, his true fans never left his side. They defended him. They celebrated him. And seeing them cheer for him at Cannes was like watching a family reunion. It was beautiful. Now, let me ask you, what's your favorite Johnny Depp moment? Is it the first time you saw Captain Jack Sparrow swagger onto the screen? Or maybe that hauntingly beautiful scene from Edward Scissorhands where he's carving ice sculptures in the snow? For me, it's hard to choose because Johnny has given us so many unforgettable performances. But I want to hear yours. Drop it in the comments because I know this is going to spark some amazing memories. Here's the thing about comebacks, they're never easy. And they're never just about one person. Johnny's return to Cannes wasn't just about him, it was about everyone who believed in him, everyone who kept saying, "This guy is special." Watching that standing ovation, you could feel the collective emotion in the room. People weren't just clapping for a great performance. They were clapping for the journey, for the fight, for the fact that he's still standing. And I think we all relate to that in some way. Haven't we all had moments where we felt like the world was against us? Where we thought maybe we couldn't bounce back? Watching Johnny rise like this reminds us that we all have that strength inside us. It's just about finding it. Another thing that made this night so powerful was how unpredictable it was. Nobody really knew what to expect from Johnny's return. Would the crowd welcome him? Would the critics be harsh? But instead of worrying about that, he just walked in with quiet confidence. He didn't need to shout for attention. He didn't need to prove anything. He let the moment speak for itself. And wow, did it speak. By now, social media is flooded with clips of that ovation. Fans all over the world are sharing their favorite moments from Cannes, and the comments are filled with love. People are saying things like, "Johnny Depp is a legend, and this proves it," or "This is the comeback story we all needed." And honestly, I agree. This wasn't just a win for Johnny, it was a win for everyone who's ever felt like they were down and out. Before I wrap this up, let me leave you with this. If Johnny Depp can go through everything he's been through and still stand on that stage with his head held high, what's stopping you from making your own comeback? Maybe your journey won't be on a red carpet in Cannes, but that doesn't make it any less meaningful. Whether it's chasing a dream, rebuilding after a setback, or just finding your confidence again, remember, your story isn't over. So, I've got a question for you. Which Johnny Depp role means the most to you? Which performance makes you say, "That's why I love this guy"? Let me know because I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into his epic Cannes moment, you're going to love the next video I made about the untold stories behind his most iconic roles. I'll leave the link for you to check out. If you believe in second chances, in comebacks, in rising stronger than before, hit that like button. Let's celebrate this moment together. Subscribe for more amazing stories like this, and don't forget to share your favorite Johnny memory in the comments. Johnny Depp is back. And if you ask me, this is only the beginning. The best is yet to come.